in Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 6. Psalm 19:1 says, "The heavens tell the glory of God, and the skies announce what His hands have made." Very personal. Nehemiah 9:6 says, "You alone are the Lord. You made the heavens, even the highest heavens and all their starry host, the earth and all that is in it, and the seas and all that are in them. You give life to everything, and the multitudes of heaven worship you." As you look at those verses, you see the power of God's personal creation. Psalm 33 verses 6 and 9 says, "By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, their starry host by the breath of His mouth. For He spoke, and it came to be. He commanded, and it stood firm." As you look at those verses, they tell us of a God who was very present in all that He made. They don't give you the picture of a God who started the process, walked away, and then just sort of let it play out. There is a logical gap in the thinking that God personally designed everything through the process of random natural selection. Great Kukul writes about that. "The problem with any form of theistic evolution is that it means design by chance. And that's like a square circle. There's no such thing. Blending evolution with creation is like putting a square peg in a round hole. It just doesn't fit." Evolution as a theory supposes that God is non-existent or that He's absent as life is being created on our planet. It's a theory of natural selection, not supernatural creation. And to take a theory that has its foundation on the idea that God was not a part of the creation process and then try to add God back into that theory has some obvious and even fatal problems. It's like taking the foundation out from underneath a house and then trying to put it back on top of that house. I've got to tell you personally that theistic evolution was the theory of creation that I tried to make work in my mind as a new believer in Christ. As someone with a real love for science, it just made logical sense for me to try to fit creation and evolution together. Let me tell you how some older Christians helped me to work through this. When I told them what I believed, these friends didn't pressure me to change my position. They didn't look at me and say, "You pagan for believing that." Instead, they encouraged me to take my time and to study the issue more deeply. And I will always be grateful to them for that. Instead of forcing me into an argument, my friends gave me the opportunity to allow God to work in my heart. You see, our view